Dallas, they get hurt.
What up? What up? What up? Yes, sir. What's going on? Welcome once again to the one and only. This is, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. It's the Big Time Show that is being seen and heard live right now as we speak on Facebook, on the Big Time Show page, on YouTube, on the Big Time Show page. It's on Instagram right now as we speak. It is on Twitch and Twitter, and anywhere that you guys share it to. How about that? If you share it to some strange place that I don't even know about, guess what? The show grows and grows and grows. I'm sharing right now with a few other groups. Hope that you guys will do the same and help your boy out here real quick and do that. I realize what the day is. It's a holiday. I realize it's Memorial Day. I realize you got barbecue sauce on your jaw. I understand. I understand right now as we speak, somebody got at least one rib in their hand right now. I just know they do. I understand. I understand some of you are partaking in alcoholic beverages, and I understand. I get it. I understand that somebody got baked beans they just spilled on their shirt. I've been there. I know. I understand right now that somebody right now is listening to me, and in their ear with the earbud on, they very well may have a hot dog fixing it up right now. I get it. Whatever the case may be, I appreciate you coming on and come hanging with me. I'm looking for a lot of people. A lot of people are spending time, of course, with family. But hey, it's Monday night. It's 7 o'clock, which means that it's time for the Big Time Show, live and in color. Now, since it is the holiday, and I would not be on long at all, it just depends on how you guys handle it on tonight, because I promise you, tonight, you guys will take over the show tonight. And to those of you that are watching the replay, I wish that you were live with me. And I want to appreciate all of you who, before I start, appreciate all of you who watch the replays. I am getting some tremendous numbers from Facebook and YouTube, from you guys that obviously can't be with me live, but you're watching. You're watching live. Not live. I'm sorry, watching the replay. And man, I'm amazed by how many people watch on YouTube and Facebook, especially both of those. I mean, we're almost averaging over 1,000 people combined from just those two platforms, which is great. So appreciate all of you that have joined in. What's up, Noop? I see you over there, Daniel. What's up, man? My fraternity brother, my line brother over there. What's going on? I don't know if he over there now or he just left or whatever, but he popped in on me. If you still there, Daniel, holler at me real quick. Just put something in. Let me know you still there. What's going on tonight? All right. Let me go ahead and tell you now. Hey, let me speak to everybody. Miss Ty in the building. Jay Bryant, what's up? What we gonna wrangle about? That's what you asked. I'm gonna tell you in just a second, Jay Bryant. You gonna like it too. Mr. Craig, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you popping on with me tonight. Thank you so much on this holiday night. Most of us were off today, obviously. Then most of us have to go back to work on tomorrow. So quite sure most of you are tired. Tonight, Jay Bryant, what we are going to wrangle about, as you said, we are going to wrangle tonight. This is your show tonight. I am very serious about that. We are wrangling tonight about what you want to talk about tonight. So this is how it's going to work. I ain't going to even prolong the time. And in the chat, you might just want to go ahead and just announce it, because I ain't going to announce it too many times. But I will do that. Let me go ahead and just say, whatever Cowboy related, let me give a little parameters here. Whatever Cowboy related talk y'all want to do tonight, that's what we're going to talk about. So put it in the chat. Let me know exactly what you want to ask in the chat, if it's Cowboy related. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. In other words, you guys are producing the show on this evening. So whatever you want to talk about, there's no small or nothing wrong with whether you say. There's nothing horrible. Whatever you talk about, y'all going to test my skills out about Dallas Cowboys stuff. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. So go ahead and put it in the chat now. Cowboy related questions, and we'll see what you got to say. Good to see you too, Craig. Happy Memorial Day to you. Happy Memorial Day. Of course, everybody gets this confused. Of course, me being a serviceman myself, people get this confused. Today is the day where we commemorate those that have served and died in this, serving our country. Veterans Day is for those that, of course, that are living and all that. So we spend special thanks to those who have sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice, which is their life, for fighting for this country. And they are to be celebrated every trip. Okay. So again, for those that are just coming in, listen, you guys are producing the show tonight. Whatever Cowboy related issue you want to talk about, question, topic, that's what I'm going to talk about. And since the holiday, I'm going to give the show back to my people tonight, my fans and my people who follow me. So you guys produce it. So the first question that I see, that's the first topic. And I see Jay Bryant is already here. He says, okay, I think that the scheme change, he says, is going to add a couple of wins. I don't think we will be worse. I think we will be better. Okay, first of all, Jay Bryant, what is the scheme change? I don't know what you're talking about offensively or defensively, so I need you to be specific before I go on my rant. Which one are you talking about? Offense, defense, what? If you don't answer, I'm just going to take it from both sides. So I want to be specific. Since you wanted to type it in, I want to answer your question, or we'll all address here in the chat room about your topic. So what are you talking about, offensively or defensively, when you say the scheme change? Take this hat off. Y'all know where I stand. I don't need to wear no hat. Y'all know I'm a Cowboy fan. Y'all know that. Praise the Lord. Yeah, y'all know that. Listen, while we're doing that, everybody hit the like button for me if you don't mind. Facebook, hit the like button or the heart button. YouTube, please hit that heart button for me. Everybody smash it about 25 times. Go ahead and hit it right now. I am on some page. I don't know where I am, but I'm doing it now. It might be on the Big Time Show page. I think I am. Eastside says Cowgirls are rebuilding. We'll address that secondly. Jay Bryan, you didn't answer the question, so I just have to guess on what you're saying. Offensively, I don't know if there really is a scheme change. There may be okay, there it is. Offense just getting better for year 2. You say defense has the obvious change, image change, and use of personnel. I think we'll be better in sections, Jay Bryan. If we're talking, I think your thing is talking about the defense. So we'll just stick with the defense. I think that we'll be better in sections, but defensively as a whole, I think that just remains to be seen. I don't think we'll really be able to answer that. It's going to take some time to really figure that out. I will say that we ought to be better, at least in the linebacker room, obviously, because it looks as if we'll be playing linebackers instead of safeties at the linebacker position. That's always a plus. And then you get guys who are explosive. Check me out here, Jay. I think that we are going to be an incredibly fast defense. I think we are. I'm talking about super fast. Clark can run. Overshown is explosive. And if you put Micah back there, Parsons, he's explosive. And then Kendricks is he ain't slow at all. He's a fast, even though he's just a little bit older. He's kind of explosive too. So we ain't had that in a while. We already know what the edges are. And then I really believe that we can look for Sam Williams to explode this year. And he's fast. Micah, when he gets on the line, he's fast. I really believe, and then of course, secondary is fast as well. So I think we're going to be a very fast defense. The question is, however, what happens when physicality comes our way? It's one thing to be fast, but can you bully people? Can you impose your will on? That's really my only question. The speed will be there. Now, Jay, I will say this. I'm still worried. Hey, Miller, how you doing, brother? I'm still worried because, hey, y'all just fill in tonight. As for those that are coming in, hey, you guys are dominating the show tonight. I have no notes in front of me. I wish I could point this camera down. I really want you guys to take over the show. So whatever it is that you want to talk about Cowboy related, just put it in the chat. I'm going to go down the line, and that's what we're going to roll with. This is just my little give back to you guys tonight. Hey, Mitras, how you doing? This is my give back to you guys tonight, which I think ought to do more, to be honest with you. I think that'll be fun. So the only thing that problem I got, Jay Bryan, and I'll move to the next question after I say this, is we haven't solved, as I've always said, the main issue that's been the main issue for the last 8 to 10 years, and that is we still have not solved the defensive tackle riddle. And until we really address that and solve that, it's kind of hard. Achilles heel is that everybody feel like they can run on us. And usually it starts, it starts on it right there in the middle, and we just haven't done it yet. Not to me. Right now, I think the defensive tackles are Mozzie, Osa, Carl Davis, guys that's coming off the, practice squads. Um, you might throw in Chauncey Golston, but is he big enough really to be, talking here? I mean, we really haven't addressed it. We haven't. And that's my only fear. Everything else, I agree with you. I think we will be good at defensively. All right. I hope I answered your question on it. You said we were fast before. Jay Bryan, who asked the question, said we will have less sacks but be better against the run. Coaches have a game, have a plan, and got young personnel that fit the scheme. We were fast before, but now we add more discipline. We'll see. We'll see. I believe that I'm not saying you're wrong. I believe you're absolutely right just because of the coach that we have as far as defensive coordinator goes. I believe you're absolutely right, but we will see on that. I'm not so sure about that less sacks either. Let me just say that. Don't count it out. If Sam Williams, if Sam Williams do what I think he gonna do this year, we gonna have sacks. The sacks are gonna be there. The sacks will be there. I really believe that because you're talking about the explosiveness that we have. We are loaded, man, with guys that can flat out pass rush and get to people. It's just no question about it. I think we got that. And I think Sam Williams is going to be a wild card this year. I really do. And I think it's going to be a good one. If he can get somewhere between, 8 to 10 sacks this year, we're going to have a lot of sacks. The kid that we drafted who's going to get a lot of playing time, Nealon, he can get there too. We already know about D-Law and Parsons, and we already know about Osei. We got guys that can get there. They can get to the quarterback. I have no question about this. So I'm not 100% sound, Jay Bryan, that we're gonna suffer in sacks. I think we might be up there. We're gonna get to the quarterback. All right. That was the first question about the scheme change, Mike Zimmer in particular, and how he thinks we'll be better there. Let me go down the list here. Cowboy-related topics, of course. Well, let's go with the hater who are always coming in, but it is Cowboys-related. Eastside Harold says the Cowgirls are rebuilding. That's what you do every offseason. That's why you draft. I don't know why you say totally now that all the dust is settled. We still got the same quarterback who will play this year. Still got the same all-pro wide receiver, CD Lamb. Sound like a rebuild so far. The only big changes or presumed changes is that we got two possibly rookie linemen, and if that's what your standard is, I guess you can qualify that as saying that's a rebuilder. But in between that, I got Zach Martin, All-Pro. I got Tyler Smith, All-Pro. Terrence Steele is fully healthy. So defensively, what we got? What do we have that says we got Overshown, who probably will start this year. You might as well say it's his rookie year because he got hurt last year and didn't play. So if you want to count that as somewhat of a rebuild, whatever your standard is, I give you that one. Everywhere else, everybody is veteran. So I don't see a total rebuild. A rebuild would be if you got Trey Lance starting. Let's get that straight. A rebuild would be if you just got Rico and Deuce Vaughn as your running backs. That's a rebuild. That's not what the Cowboys are. So I don't know what you're talking about as usual. But I'll play with you, Eastside, since you here. Since you have no really logic when you talk about the Cowboys in first place. But how many wins do you see the Cowboys having? I'll close with that with you. You ain't talking about that. All right. Shane says, who's a Cowboy fan, it's not a question, it's a statement. He says, I disagree with the scheme change. I'm looking at McCarthy getting fired by week 9. Shane, what scheme change, though? Are you talking about Mike Zimmer? Or are you talking about, I guess, McCarthy just swaying up and down, you're going to run the ball? I mean, I don't know exactly what you mean by when you say you disagree with the scheme change. Scheme change come automatically when you bring in a new defensive coordinator. That's just automatic. So it would have to be a scheme change. Obviously, the big scheme change defensively, if that's what you're talking about, which I don't know if you are, but if that is, then, I mean, Quinn played with safeties as linebackers. Quinn is going to have actual linebackers. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, that's what you want. It's a 4-3 defense. He might slide a little 3-4 in there. Quinn was Quinn would line up so many different ways, but it was more of a it looked more like Jay Brown was right. Jay said it looked like a 4-2-5 with a safety as a robber, basically. Which, you don't know what that means. 4 down linemen, only 2 linebackers, and 5 in the secondary. That's what it means. That's not Zimmer. So, sometimes you got to go fundamentally sound, which is what Zimmer is all about. Fundamentally sound, good defense. Not a risk-taking type defense. He's more of a bend but don't break type guy. Let's move on down to the next one. So I don't know. You say you're gonna get fired by week 9. I doubt that very seriously. I doubt it. The only way that would happen is the Cowboys going 1-8. You know what I'm saying? It'd be obvious then. 1-7 or 2-5 or 2-6. Then we'll have to revisit that because they'll be calling for his head then. No doubt about it. Let me move on down to the next question. I'm going down my list right here on the chat. So even though you're picking up stuff, I will get to it. For those that are just writing your questions down, I promise you I'm going down each comment. That's a question. Marco Polo says this. Do you think Jake Ferguson can turn into a 1,200-yard tight end this year? I don't think he has to be. Because CD is going to get a lot of those yards himself. Is he capable of it? If he stays injury-free, yes, he can get it. But will he get it? I don't think that, even though I know Dak loved throwing to tight ends, he really would have to have a lot of 100-yard games. Schultz, when he was here, almost got that. He did. So it's not out of the question. It's just, CD is obviously so open with all the receptions that he had and with all the yards he had. The question would be, who would that go to? My money is saying he's going to go on with CD. So that would take away some of that. That's just my thought. All right, let's move on. I'm going with questions. I'll throw this one up, even though it's not a question. Hold on, he said, I believe Zeke will be an 1,100-yard back. Front office says that. I just don't see the commitment to the running game like that front office. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I really don't. I don't think we'll be committed enough. Now, he can get that if he has some big explosive games, but I don't think Zeke gonna have those type of games. I just don't see us being committed to the running game like that. And I don't see Zeke having, games where he have, 120 yards a game, for one game, and then 97 for the next game, and then 110 for the next game. I don't see a lot of 100-yard days for him, but he don't have to have 100-yard days, for 17 games. You just have to average somewhere around 75 yards a game. I don't even see that because I don't think he's going to get the ball enough. That's just me. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't believe McCarthy going to run the ball like everybody's saying he is. It's just not in him. It's just not. Okay, I'm going down the list for those who have said something. I'm coming straight to you. I promise you. Marco Polo says Zeke will not get 700 yards all purpose. I think he will get that. I think if he stays healthy, of course. If he stays healthy, he should get that quite easily, actually. I think he can get that. When you throw in him receiving the ball as well, I can see that. Okay. JD says that Zimmer's specialty is stopping the run and creating mismatches in pass rush. Zimmer was great here before stopping the run. He's great everywhere. He was great in Minnesota in doing it as well. So he knows what he's doing. We'll just have to got to see what's going on first. I know he likes defensive tackles. We don't have that. At least not the way I like it. Mozzie Smith has really got to step up in a big way in order to really make this thing work. And he's really the only name that we really got. We got guys there, guys that came out practice squads and all that type of stuff. Davis, I just, I can't bank on that. So, I hope he shocks me. I got another hater in, Drew, who says, you do not have the personnel to run Zimmer's defense. I agree, at least for now, unless somebody going to shock me. I will agree with you, Drew, as far as defensive tackle goes. Everywhere else, we loaded. Everywhere else, we loaded. Linebackers, safeties, cornerbacks. We all right there. Okay, here's the first one. We ain't talked about special teams in the last 6, 7, 8 weeks. I appreciate this one. Shane says, I think the highlight of the season will be the play of the special teams, especially on kickoffs. I believe it's that will cause a lot of coordinators a lot of problems just because of who's back there. See, I got a feeling, to be honest with you, if you want to put real pressure on a special teams unit, if you put Turpin back there and Deuce Vaughn, if you go ahead and put Turpin and Deuce Vaughn back there, that will cause some problems. And it looks like guys will be able to return. Turpin obviously is a weapon by himself. I think Deuce, it would be a factor there as well. He can become a weapon. So the special teams units have been good ever since Bones has been here. As far as kickoff returns, even on punt, whatever you want to talk about. Obviously, we got the first team All-Pro kicker is loaded. Special teams as a whole is not an issue at all. So, when you add in the fact that Turpin can touch the ball on kickoff returns, that's a weapon. So I'm anticipating, some danger there. I'm anticipating some danger for other teams. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Lee. All right, I got a question from Drew here, a Philadelphia Eagle fan. Let's see if he makes some sense. Here we go. How is other teams getting a new coordinator and you say they will struggle, but Dallas has a new coordinator all as well? The hypocrisy is unbelievable. First of all, Drew, I don't even know who other teams' coordinators are. You ain't never heard me talk about other people's coordinators. You ain't never heard me say that. So I don't know. You must got me confused with another Cowboy content creator. So as expected, I knew the non-Cowboy fans would come in just yip-yapping. And here's another example. I don't even know the coordinators for other teams, except a couple. I mean, I don't know. I don't know them. So you have to tell me what I said. I mean, I know football, but I don't know. I didn't say that the coordinators, if you heard me just earlier, I said we'll have to see, because I said we don't have defensive tackles. I think we're good everywhere else. I got 2 all-pros as a cornerback. We're good there. I don't know what else you want. I got Diggs, I got Diggs, and I got Bland. That's 2 all-pros. Donovan Wilson is real good. Hooker is good. Dwayne Thomas, I think he's going to be real good. We're good. Jordan Lewis, he's pretty good. Linebackers remain to be seen, but I think they're going to play pretty good. I ain't say we had all pro linebackers. I say it's a pretty good linebacking core. I think it's going to be. I don't have to say nothing about Parsons and D-Law. I mean, come on now. Well, so I don't know what you're talking about there, but as I said, you're kind of biased when you ask your questions. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a statement. Y'all read that. DQ wanted Wagner, of course. Zimmer has interesting thing for him. The guy that we just signed, Eric Kendricks, linebacker that played with Zimmer all those years. We're gonna be good. What we got here, Drew? Here we go again. Let's see. He says a lot of relying on rookies. That's problematic. These guys won't admit that. Delusional. All depends on, Drew, where the rookies are playing. See, if you got a rookie quarterback, I'm worried to death. You don't even have to be a rookie. If I got Trey Lance back there, I'm worried to death right now. If I got a rookie at offensive lineman, I'm not as worried. I'm still worried, but I'm not as worried. If I got a rookie running back, I'm not worried about that at all, except on third down when he got to pass protect and get confused on who he got to do that. But we don't have a rookie running back. I mean, we got one, but you don't figure he's going to be playing. So it just depends on where you are. If I got a rookie wide receiver, I'm not worried at all. All they got to do is do what they've been doing. Just all depend on where they're playing when you say rookies. Now, let's just go to the place where we got talking about. I'm worried about Guyton, I presume left tackle, if you want to go that route, Drew. I'm very worried. I'm extremely worried. I am. He's a rookie left tackle. And as I said in the last few shows, when you look at who he's going against these first couple weeks, I mean, good Lord. I expect them to have some growing pains. He's a rookie left tackle. I'm less worried about BB at center. The only thing that I'm worried about BB is his line calls at the line. Will he get confused and call the wrong, set? That's the only thing I'm worried about with BB. As far as him hitting people and moving people out the way, though, Oh no, I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about him maybe getting confused by defensive coordinators trying to confuse him with the defensive line. And when they run stunts and stuff like that, can he pick it up quickly? Or if not, that gonna hit the ground a whole lot. That's the only thing I'm worried about with him. I'm more worried about Guyton than I am BB. You made sense with that one, Drew. Even though you really weren't trying, trying to be a little hater, but you did make sense when you said that one. That was pretty good. It's not delusion. I just gave you what it is. Marco Polo says this. It's probably the best thing is to play the young guys. Not necessarily. Again, this is the same answer to me, depending on where you're talking about playing them. Offensive line is not a good place to be starting rookies. It's not, especially at the left tackle position or right tackle position. It ain't cool. You know, you're asking a lot from your left tackle, rookie left tackle, and a lot from a right tackle. You know, inside you might be able to get away with it a little bit. You know, a little bit. But when you start putting these guys on an island, even though, you know, coaches will help them by putting tight ends on the side and, you know, chip blocking and all that. I get all that. But at some point, they are going to have to go one-on-one with some of these great pass rushers, and even in a game. They're not going to double team them all the time. You're going to have to stand your ground, and because you are a rookie, you're going to struggle. You know, I expect Guyton to get holding calls this year. I expect it. He ain't seen nothing like he getting ready to see this year. He hasn't seen absolutely nothing like he's getting ready to see. What he saw at Oklahoma, just week one by itself. You know, when you get a Myles Garrett, it ain't nobody in the Big 12 like Myles Garrett. So I'm expecting him to get a few holding calls. Hopefully it don't destroy us this year. But I expect that from the young kid. He's a rookie. And that will hurt us at times. It will hurt us. We so used to having so many penalties, you know, it's ridiculous. So, I mean, it'll just fall in line with what we always had, the way I look at it. But you have to play them because we don't have no veterans. The people that we have on the bench, we don't want to put Dak with that. You don't want Chudu, whatever his name is. You don't want him out there. You don't want Ball out there. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I know that there's going to be growing, but and week 9 will not look like week 1. I believe Guyton will be fine. I just feel like unless he's just that special coming out the gate. But I believe that by week 9, 10, you know, he's going to be way better than what he would be in week 1. I mean, I believe that. Left tackles just don't grow on trees now. We Cowboy fans have been spoiled by Tyron Smith for all these years. You know, a guy that walked in being a Pro Bowl player. You know, I believe his second year he was all pro. You know, Tyron Smith and all pro the rest of his years. It just don't happen like that. You know, it just don't. But we've been spoiled. We've been spoiled by Zach Martin. First team all pro is a rookie year. Been all pro ever since. I mean, that just don't happen. And we really believe, because we've been so spoiled, the Travis Fredericks of the world. You know, these guys who just walking all pros, walking Hall of Famers. It just don't happen like that. So we have to see. I'm not killing Guyton. I'm not killing BB. We just got to see it. This is not Oklahoma against Oklahoma State. That's what I'm trying to say. We just have to see. I'm cheering for them. I hope they do it. They have they look the part. But just like I said before, all pros have problems with Myles Garrett. All pros do. So, first team all pros, they have problems with Myles Garrett, TJ Watts, Nick Bosa's, all these guys, Hutchinson from Detroit. These are the guys that Guyton will see. Everybody have problems with. We just got to see to what extent. Who knows? Guy might go in there and beat their brains out. Who knows? We'll see. All right. Drew again. Let me see what he said this time. He said Overshown was hurt when I was talking about him, and it takes an entire year to recover from that type of injury. Overshown is just like the Kobe Dean. I will agree with Drew on that. Unless they're just that freakish of an athlete, special type of guy. Overshown, of course, had an ACL. Most people know that when they people coming off their ACLs, like Terrence Steele, for instance, he wasn't right. Michael Gallup was not right when he rushed himself back. And so Drew makes a very good point here. And if that be the case, you might as well go to Diggs as well. People are not themselves when they come back in that first year. Now, the only good thing I will say about Overshown and Diggs, and we will see, is that they hurt themselves very early. Overshown didn't even make it out of the preseason. He was hurt during the preseason. He didn't even get to play. I don't even remember him playing a game in preseason. I think he might have. Diggs hurt himself at the very beginning of the year. So they've had a whole year already. But Diggs has not. Overshown just about has. So it's just going to be very interesting to see how their knee responds. What are they lacking? Because we did see Michael Gallup lose something. We did see Terrence Steele try to play on it, and he just wasn't right. He's now fully recovered. I'm expecting big out of Terrence Steele make this coming up season. But it's going to be interesting to see about that. So, Drew, you're absolutely right on that. I'll give you credit on that. I'm going down the list, y'all. Whatever y'all talk about, that's what I'm going to talk about on here. So if you got a question or comment about something, just put it in. I'm going down the list if it's worth talking about. Jay Bryant just said what I said earlier, but he got a little bit more detailed. He said a third of every team turn 1/3 turns over every year, 35% to be exact. Dallas has mostly vet starters on defense, so the scheme change won't be as bad. Dallas lost 3 out of 22 starters. It's not a rebuild. Exactly. 100%. That was in reference to somebody, I think that was Eastside, who said the Cowboys are rebuilding. It's not a rebuild. Not when you lining up with the same people, essentially. Drew again. Let's see here. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Real question. Dak is a poor man's Donovan McNabb without the playoff wins. What say you? Well, Donovan, technically speaking, is better than that. I mean, you got your team to the, I think, 4 straight NFC championship games. 4 straight, I believe. So y'all won 1 to get in. So Dak ain't even on that. Dak's not on that level. But let's be honest with you. You have to start from the beginning. Dak was a 4th round pick, right? And then I believe that Donovan was a 1st round pick. And so based off of the way things go, that's not even a comparison, to be honest with you. Really not. So I mean, I don't. That's the first thing. See, the problem is when we talk about Dak, y'all forgot that he was a 4th round pick, which is a testament to him because what he's done ever since he's been a starter is produce. Talking about Dak Prescott now, the numbers speak for itself. So you look at him, you don't look at him through a 4th round pick eyes because all of y'all comparisons with Dak is to 1st round picks, number 1 picks overall in the draft. That's what y'all compare him to. So y'all looking at him from a 1st round pick type perspective. It's not the same thing. But if you just want to go just based on what he done, I mean, Nab probably did more than Dak. But let's be honest with you, there ain't that much of a gap now. It's really not. If you want to go by, I understand it was a different time too. Y'all ran the ball a whole lot more back then than people do now. So it's really unfair comparison, to be honest with you. But you want to say, is he a poor man's Donovan McNabb without the playoff wins? I don't know. I don't know about that. Drew, that actually made a little sense there too. I got to give you credit for that one. That was all right. Let's see here. Shane says, talking about McCarthy trying to do something different, but his lack of game management will cost us this year. His attention to details will get him fired. Well, maybe he learned from last year, though, Shane. Maybe he learned from last year. It remains to be seen. We will see when that time comes. Does he make the same mistakes? Or you have some type of questionable play calls or time management thing. That's why they go over the film and see what they could have done better. We will see. Can't just quite say it'll cost us this year because we don't know what the situations will be yet. A lot of this stuff for me, now it may not be for you. When I say you, I'm talking about you guys in general. I'm just going to say a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, I'm just going to wait and see. And then I'll be able to give my judgment or whatever you want to say. I will be able to say, okay, we're making the same mistakes. But we got to get there to make the mistakes. I just can't say it now. I don't understand what the track record says, but the sun shine on a dog tail every now and then, so we'll see. All right. Jay Bryant is talking about defense again. He says DQ ran a cover 1 or cover 3, and the DBs gambled a lot. Zimmer isn't going to gamble. That brings up another question, though, Jay Bryant. In the case of ball hawks like Bland and Diggs, you actually will be, could an argument be made that you're actually hurting them by not letting them gamble? I mean, Bland did set the record last year, right? Most pick sixes in the season and double-digit interceptions, and Diggs double-digit interceptions. That's what made them all pros. The gambling aspect. See, you take away that from them, then you're taking away a benefit of the defense. Diggs and Bland, Diggs got them. Teams weren't really going at him. Let's be honest now. People really weren't going at Diggs. Not a lot. They didn't want to mess with Diggs too much. They know what was going to happen. And teams did try Bland because they just didn't believe what they were saying until they got destroyed by Bland and him taking it back on them and had all the. How in the world you think Bland became a first team All-Pro? Because people didn't believe, and he showed them. So I see what I agree with you saying he isn't going to gamble, but you got to take advantage of the skill set of your players. And that is one of the superpowers of Bland and Diggs is that they do take chances. So I don't know if I want to take that away from him. So that remains to be seen too, but I get it. He's a fundamental type guy, but you walking in with some, not fundamental type players. We have a few of them on this team. Parsons, you can't take away what he is. So you're gonna have to gamble. You got to let him loose. No matter what your scheme is, you gotta let Parsons go. You also gotta let Bland and Diggs be themselves. I'm just saying. And then when you start talking about Zimmer, so now you got to go back to his scheme and some of the people that he's had, and then see if they had the same success. And when you start thinking about Patrick Peterson and oh my God, big cornerback, that is the big guy who always made Pro Bowls. Oh my God, what's his name? Oh man. Oh God. Somebody help me. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Gee whiz. I forgot his name. I got it right in my head. Oh God. Somebody, y'all know who I'm talking about. Guy from Minnesota that always had one-on-one coverage. I ain't talking about Patrick Peterson. It's God, big cornerback, big body cornerback dude. But anyway, somebody gonna put it in a second. Guy made Pro Bowl, so Zimmer has produced Pro Bowl cornerbacks. Let me put it that way. And Jay Bryant, no, it wasn't Newman. It wasn't Terrence Newman, William Kill. Even though Newman was already established, it wasn't him. No, it wasn't. Jalen never played with Mike Zimmer. It wasn't Jalen Ramsey. God almighty, I got that man name on my tongue. Let me look it up because I'm hurting myself now by not. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Y'all forgive me for that. I just want to make my point. Once I say his name, let me see here. I'm about to find it in just a second, y'all. Y'all probably put a chat, but I'm on another screen. All pros. Oh God. Oh my goodness, y'all. I looked up something. All they get is all pros. I'm not looking for all pros. Xavier Rhodes. That's who I'm looking for. Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes was under Mike Zimmer for so long. And Xavier Rhodes was a first-team All-Pro in 2017, and he made 3 Pro Bowls, 2016, 17, and 19. So he has produced Pro Bowl cornerbacks. Xavier Rhodes, extremely good cornerback. I don't have to say anything about Patrick Peterson. We all know what Patrick Peterson was. So that's not nothing new. Xavier Rhodes. So there you go, Carlo. Exactly. Xavier Rhodes was the truth. No question about that. So he has produced, and maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, Jay Bryant, on that. So, let's move up some. Let's move up. D Bird, I don't know if you're here, but what's up, man? I'm just not getting to your comment. I got so many here. See what he's saying here. Jay Bryan has been preaching on my show. He said, what I want to see is creativity with Parsons. If Zimmer can put them all over the defense, you might see his sacks go, and maybe Sam Williams too, but D-Law will suffer. Well, D-Law really ain't been really getting a lot of sacks. D-Law's been getting a lot of pressures, and as good as he against the run. I ain't expecting a lot of sacks from D-Law at all. Not even expecting that. He's already said, Zimmer has, that one of the things that he will do with Parsons is move him all over the field. So I think we can expect that. I think Parsons wants to do that as well. I believe you're going to see that a lot. So Parsons is going to be Parsons. The only way he's not, unless he's hurt, he's going to always put numbers up. That ain't going to, excuse me, that's not going to be the issue at him. Okay. All right, let's go here. Hey, Talib, I see. Let's go here. Jay Bryan is, what do you think the learning curve is for the DTs? I don't think it's that big. Zimmer runs 2-1 techs a lot. They're going to 2-gap, which is that what they all have done. They just need strength. That is the curve. I ain't gonna say it's a learning curve. The thing that the Cowboys do, they have always got undersized defensive tackles. They more get playmakers more than guys that stuff it up. When you go all the way back to people like Jay Ratliff, and then when you go to people like Ossie, those are the same type of guys. They're not big guys at all, but they're playmakers. And so when people run over us, they run over them because they too light. They too light. That the curve is, are you gonna get some ham sandwich, Dorito eating, cupcake eating, Twinkie eating, 10-gallon of Kool-Aid drinking big guys? You understand. That's the question. Instead of filet mignons, if you for those that grill steaks, you got fat on the steak. Sometimes you get some fat on the steaks, and some people cut that part out. Where the big guys eat that fat with the steak. You understand? That's the kind of guys I'm talking about. So it ain't no learning curve. It's a philosophy change. If you ask me, Jay Bryan, it's saying we don't want light. We don't light light guys on the line. Who you gonna have in 1 text for us right now, just based on what we got? You see what I'm saying? If you talking about Ossie being a 1 tick, he gonna get ran over. Reason why I know that, I saw it already. Saw it all last year and the year before that. We've already seen all that. So we need a whole philosophy change. Cowboys have made playmaking guys at defensive tackle. That ain't what we need. We need some stuffers. That's what we need. So Exactly. You need strength. I agree. So one of the reasons ways you get strength is you get some heavyweights there. I know cruiserweights. You see the difference? We don't need cruiserweights. We need heavyweights. You know. We need some beef. Guys that eat 3-4 hamburgers in one setting. That's what we need. We don't need guys that eat salads all day. We don't need that. We need some guys that that eat 3 sandwiches and have a 6-pack of beer right beside it. That's what we need. All right, I'm going down the list for those that got somewhat questions or statements. I'm reading them, so forgive me. I'm way behind. Y'all are way far ahead. I'm just going down the line here. Michael Evans is in the building. What's up, Mike? Get this raggedy mouse here. Chains takes it a total different level. He says, I think overall the NFL will struggle this year. New rules, having to pay for streaming services, and to be honest, I think American fans are tired of these overseas games. Well, the NFL ain't tired of them. They making so much money carrying them games over there. It's unbelievable. Now, they're losing in the States overall, however, with these games that start at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Stuff like that. But there's still millions of people that are watching. It is what it is. I don't think that they're making too much money, putting it over there. That's why they keep going. Okay? So I don't know. As far as the streaming services goes, they ain't gonna lose them. NFL is a money-making machine, man. They're not gonna lose. People talk a good talk, but they be the first ones paying that subscription. They be the first ones paying it. And to be honest with you, that's what's going on these days. I mean, it's slowly but surely turning into the streaming services because DirecTV or AT&T, whatever you call it, and Comcast, good Lord, when you look at your monthly bill, if you get a streaming service, you ain't paying, but it just depends on which ones you getting. That's your choice. AT&T, you paying all the package that comes in a package. You got to pay it, and before you know it, you're paying a $300 bill monthly for your DirecTV service, as opposed to a Fire Stick or whatever your streaming service. You're not paying that much. So it's just the way of the world. It's changing. They put their hat into a changing world, and there it is. So I don't know about that one. Okay. Jay Bryan again. Jay Bryan says, I'm going to disagree with you about the rookies on the line. The coaches have shown they can get rookies ready to play. Also, Dak handles pressure from the outside better than up the middle. It's been a long time since we had a rookie left tackle. It's been a long time. So they didn't get. I think a lot of pride was on the line because Ball was getting destroyed, but they never put any help on him over there. Not enough. No tight end on that side or nothing like that to help out. And see, pride will get you destroyed. And so I think that's just a matter of coaching. Once you see you getting your guy getting his brains kicked in, you got to make the adjustments. And the Cowboys really weren't making adjustments in the case of Ball, the little time Walesko played, you know what I'm saying? And we have this narrative about them because they were getting destroyed. But coaches could have helped them. That's what I remember. It is what it is. Okay, I'm going down the list because now I'm on that part with, I think Drew was asking about McNabb and all that. So I'm way behind. I'm trying to catch up. Okay. But y'all ate that McNabb and Dak situation up. I ain't gonna even hack that. I will agree with you, Jay Brown, on this, based off of Zimmer's history. You say you are not hurting Bland and Diggs, and he's talking about when I said if you take away their aggression, you're kind of hurting them overall as a player. He says you are not hurting Bland or Diggs. Zimmer constantly forces quarterbacks to hold the ball. Diggs and Bland would get chances, interceptions by scheme. They would get chances. The only reason why I'm going to agree with him is because when you look at, as I brought out, Xavier Rhodes, Terrence Newman, Patrick Peterson, those were good, solid cornerbacks under his scheme who made a lot of plays. So I will have to kind of change my thought process. Xavier Rhodes was an all-pro under Zimmer and a multiple-time Pro Bowler under Zimmer as well. So you can't argue with that. The track record speaks for itself. So I agree with you on that. Okay. Michael Evans says this. Just in case y'all wondering, reason why I'm reading, I said before the show began, you guys would dominate the show totally, because I have no notes in front of me tonight. I wanted you guys to be the producer tonight, so whatever you guys are talking about or have questions of, that's the content for tonight, at least from me. So it's really a thank you type of show. Thank you guys for always hanging with me and all that type of stuff. And I'll just let you guys roll. Like this comment here. Michael says Cowboys blowing again. Let Jared Goff sign for $53 million. Now talk is Trevor Lawrence is going to be next. Price is not going down, it's going up. Dak's going to get that $60 million sooner or later. This is where the fire started here when we started talking about this, because Michael is absolutely 1,000% right, because it is what it is. And and I ain't gonna say we've already talked about Jared Goff and what he signed for. But let me just go on fast forward, because if you've been paying attention, Jacksonville does have to pay Trevor Lawrence next. And it's really all about what an organization feels about that particular person. But at the same time, no matter what they feel about it, they have to understand and realize that they are potentially resetting the market, or you're setting up the next guy for whatever you're selling about. So let me just go on and tell y'all this now. For anybody that says Trevor Lawrence is better than Dak Prescott, or Dak Prescott should be paid less than Trevor Lawrence, you need to turn your football card in. So I might give you a little Jared Goff, and the only reason why I said that is because Goff has led his team, one team, I ain't gonna say led, but he was a part of a team that went to the Super Bowl. Dak has not. I give you that. Trevor Lawrence ain't done absolutely nothing. Just like Justin Herbert hadn't done nothing. And both of them are over $52 million a season. Dak Prescott has done a whole lot, way more than Trevor Lawrence and them. And Justin Herbert. And Trevor Lawrence probably is going to break the bank because Jacksonville have no choice but to give him what he wants. So I wouldn't be surprised if Trevor Lawrence talking about he getting paid $56 million a year. I wouldn't be surprised. But if that is the case, and Jacksonville, and he has the right to ask for it, because he has them he has them. Trevor Lawrence has them. What other choice do they have? So he can demand something crazy. But when he does that, doesn't Dak Prescott have the right to say, wait a minute now, hold up. Now, if Trevor Lawrence getting $56 million now, I deserve this because I've done a whole lot more than what Trevor Lawrence has done. So, and in fairness to Jerry, Michael Evans, in fairness to Jerry and Steven, how do we know that Jerry Jones they haven't made an offer yet? How do we know how do we know that Dak's team could just be saying, let's just wait it out and see, because they know a couple guys are going to have to get paid. One domino is already failed, and that was golf. Saw what happened there. They could just be waiting. We don't know exactly. They say they've said they've had talks. They just ain't gave no details. They've been in communication with Dak's agent. They've had some talks. How do we know that there has not been an offer? We don't know that. We assume that Jerry and Steven haven't given up an offer. We assume that, but we don't know that. We assume that Dak is just waiting. But what is he waiting for? Is he waiting for them to get to the right number, or is he just waiting to see what everybody gonna get paid first? How about that? Let's be fair. If we're gonna do it, let's be fair. It very well could be that. Seriously. But if Trevor Lawrence get paid, man, y'all can say whatever you want to say. Dak Prescott, he got to get it. And y'all might say, oh, well, you won't get it in Dallas. Okay, you'll get it somewhere. You gonna get it. It's gonna happen. All right, let me keep moving. Lionel Joseph, y'all say is a free agent. Yeah, but I do know the track record of Stephen Jones when it comes to paying folks. So I ain't giving. Look, y'all can call out all these good names all you want. Stephen Jones is allergic. All right, here we go. Very good question. William Keel says, I know we want balance, but who has to carry the team, offense or defense? I think that it's got to be the offense. William? Because let's just be honest, we just play better when we jump on folks. I mean, it's these tight games where question marks happen, and all the drama start, and all the mistakes are made. The clock management, the interceptions, the bad play calls, of course we want to, have a balanced offense and defense where they play together. But if you're putting up 30 points a game, the only way you're going to lose is if you give up 31. And I think this defense is well enough or good enough to keep teams under 22, 23 points a game, which will win you a whole bunch of football games. I think the offense needs to stay. The offense needs to be what we've been for the last God knows how many years, and that is one of the top offenses in the league. We have to be that way. We can't come in. Offense can't have a Dak Prescott, an all-pro quarterback, all-pro wide receiver, a Pro Bowl tight end. There's nowhere in the world we can have that type of guys on offense, an all-pro lineman, and then talk about all we're going to average is 22 points a game. No, we got to score. We have to score. And, and let's be honest with you, at the first part of the year last year, it was the defense that carried us. I mean, they were shutting people out. They was dominating people, smothering people. And then it changed. And then as the injuries came and all that type of stuff, the offense took over. Dak went completely crazy. CD went crazy. I mean, it was just lighting it up. So they switched. The way I look at it is, we need to do what we need to do, like the other winning teams do. We need to do whatever it is we need to do at the time when we need it. If we're gonna run the ball, although we got an 8-man box, can we still run the ball, or do we do what we usually do? Let's give up on the running game completely. See what I'm saying? Can we get these people off the field on third down? Can we avoid these obvious penalties that we have? We got the same questions that we had the last 2-3 years. Can we stay out of penalty trouble? Can we run the ball when we really need to run the ball? Can we eat up clock? See, the offense really ain't been a problem with moving the chains, scoring. The only problem with the offense has been running the ball on a consistent basis. That's been the only problem on offense. And we still, despite all that, was what? Number 1, number 2, number 3 in the league last year. And then year before that was the number 1 offense in the league. You know, I mean, when Kellen Moore was here, we was the number 1 offense in the league. Carter had a big year last year offensively. I think we ended at 3, I believe. So the offense is not the problem. Dak put up 30 points. That's almost every week. But can he do it when we need it? When he played the 49ers, can he put up 25 plus? Or are we going to hang around and lose 19-12? See what I'm saying? Can we do it when we got to do it? That's my only question. That's a real good question there. So who's going to carry it? I believe they'll switch back and forth. Drew says, this is the hater part here. He said Dallas played a cupcake schedule, no easy ones on this year's schedule. I'm looking at Dallas 9-8. What say you? First of all, it wasn't a cupcake schedule. I mean, want a cupcake schedule, please. As far as your question, you're looking at Dallas going 9-8. What say you? I ain't saying nothing. I'm week by week. I don't know who we lining up with. I don't know who gonna be injured. I don't know. I don't know. If you tell me everybody gonna stay healthy, then I would give you a prediction. I don't know if Dak gonna stay healthy. I don't know if he gonna miss games this year. I don't know if he gonna play every game. I don't know if Parsons is gonna be hurt. I don't know if he will. I just don't know. It's hard to predict when you don't know who you're gonna line up with every week. So I let everybody else do the schedule. I just know that it's a rough schedule. I know that. We just have to see week by week who we lining up with. Okay. what's this? Dallas got to run the rock to keep other teams' offense off the field. I take it another step further with you. Uh, we just need to score. Because you see, last year proved, I mean, it ain't nothing new. But the way we were blowing people out, the more points you put up, the more one delusional you make them. See, it's not going to be a lot of explosiveness in the running game just based off the running backs that we have. Zeke not a home run hitter. Rico can be a deuce, you know. He got to have a lot of space for him to get that. Get open field like they can make a home run hitter out of that. So I don't even count that. I'm just saying when we put points on the board, it forces teams to get out of their game plan. That's what happened last year. That's why we had all those sacks last year. Because we took them out of the game early, offensively scoring, some the defense was scoring, and the offense was scoring. Or you look up, it's 28-3 or something like that. That makes you change. So I think it's more than even though the offense will be on the field, it's what the scoreboard is saying when they get the ball. If a game is close, you get to stay with your run, with your game plan. But if we were ripping teams apart, then you got to change it up because you're down too much. You turn into a one-dimensional team. So for the Cowboys, it's about putting points on the board. Now, if that's running or passing, predominantly passing, though, our job is to get the scoreboard lit up. Yeah, see here. JD says, I got a bold prediction. Let's look at that. I think Royce Freeman has a chance to unseat Dowdle as the number 2 running back. Could end up being the underrated signing, considering he does have a lot of miles and is a bulldog running in the trenches. Yeah, power running game, grinded out type running back, which is, kind of look like Zeke. It's good to have 2 of those type guys if you give them the ball. The only thing that I would say about Rico is that you very well may be right, but I'm going to say it for a different reason. And that is because, JD, Rico can't stay healthy. And so it might be an automatic bump up. It might be an automatic bump up for Royce just because Rico, over the last, since he's been in the league, just cannot stay healthy. So whoever that third running back is, that very well may be the guy. So I don't know what they think about Royce Freeman yet. I know he's going to get time in the preseason. I don't know. So it is. Yeah, Drew in here talking about the Cowboys schedule. You're absolutely right, Jay Bryan. Drew talking about the Cowboys. Didn't they play the same thing? Didn't they play the same NFC East opponents? Didn't they play the same division guys that we played? The difference is they choked. The Eagles choked last year. The teams that we beat. So you ain't talking about nothing, really, to be honest with you. It was a cupcake schedule, but y'all blowed it. What, y'all lost 7 games last year? Man, please. Okay. JD says the thing about Herbert and Lawrence is that they can take over games. T-Law just needs to work on quit turning the ball over too much. But that means he ain't take over the game. Jacksonville ain't won. Jacksonville won their division last year with a what? An 8-8 record, 9-8, I think. 9-8 record. I'm sorry. He ain't take over game. He just survived because there wasn't nobody else in their division. If it wasn't for a horrible division behind them, they wouldn't even made the playoffs. So you can't have 8 with Herbert didn't even have a winning record last year, if I'm not mistaken. They ain't winning no game. You can't take over if you ain't winning. They just got the ball in their hands a whole lot. I give you that. But take over, nah. You just answered the question. He turned the ball over too much. Herbert does too. They ain't taking over no game. And they ain't better than Dak Prescott. But they're getting paid like they are. Well, Trevor Lawrence is probably going to get paid like he is, since Jacksonville want to have him locked up before the season starts. You can rest assured that Trevor Lawrence is going to get paid more probably than Goff. JD says Herbert and Lawrence have the ability to take over games, and they have done it. I mean, it just all depends on to what level you're talking about. They haven't done anything. They haven't done anything. They ain't won enough, to be honest with you. But you say they have the ability, both are first round picks. I think everybody will agree that they have all the skill set and measurables and all that type of stuff. You know, it's unfair because they don't have, you got to look at the roster and everything else. I am not a Jacksonville or a Charger fan, so I really can't speak to that, to be honest with you. All I know is the bottom line. They both of them just made the playoffs. It is what it is. William says, I believe JJ wants to see how Lance performs in preseason. William, I don't think it's really about that he wants to see him. It's just that you won't see Dak Prescott in the preseason. Your starting quarterbacks will be three guys. It'll be Trey Lance, Cooper Rush, and then that kid that they brought in, who everybody seemed to be raving over. I forgot his name. The other quarterback. But you're going to get plenty of chance to see him. It's because Dak won't be playing. So all eyes will be on him, and all the fans of Trey Lance, and most importantly, the non-fans of Dak Prescott will be cheering Trey Lance on tremendously. But then again, like I said before, I'm not going to put a whole lot of stock into it no matter what. Trey Lance just can't look bad in the preseason because and then I could care less if he looks good, because he's going to be going against guys that will be working at the grocery store once they get cut. He ain't going to be going against first team guys. He's going to be going against guys, third, fourth string guys, the whole preseason. He's supposed to look good. A guy of his stature, where he was drafted, first round pick, top 5 pick in the league. When he got drafted, he's supposed to look good against those guys. He can't look bad though, because if you look bad against third and fourth stringers, no. Give you no credit. Going down. Dak Delusional fan says this. He says, you're just going down the list, man. I told you, I appreciate all you guys. Everybody hit that like button for me, man, if you don't mind. Everybody hit that like button. It says Dak doesn't make the plays in the moments needed in the playoffs. There's truth to that, but that's not the whole truth. There's a lot of other statements that can be made about the Cowboys in the playoffs. What's up, Al Logan? I see you. There's a lot of other statements that can be made. There's some truth to what you said to that. We all done seen it. Can't avoid it. But that's just a partial truth. It's not the whole truth. And I don't need to get into that because nobody, if you really don't like Dak Prescott, you ain't gonna like what I got to say. Like last year, in the third quarter, it was 48-16. Dak Prescott does not play defense. I know he threw a pick six and threw another interception in the playoff game. I get that. But 48-16, that tell me your defense didn't show up at all. Nobody don't want to talk about that. See? But it is truth to what Dak delusional fans say. It's the truth. All right. Coach Breedlove says Lawrence will not get much better than he is now. Reputation greatest is all he has, will not be that guy, they think. But they're going to pay him like it, though. Because the reason why, Coach, it goes back, I don't change my stance. And what you're saying may very well be true. But when it's come to getting quarterbacks played, the reason why we talked about that, I don't know if you were here, Coach, there's talk that Trevor Lawrence, that Jacksonville wants to get him done before the season starts, okay? What in the world do you think Trevor Lawrence is going to ask for? I mean, if Justin Herbert can go into the Chargers locker room and say, I need $52 million, and they give it to him, and Jacksonville has no other choice but to pay their quarterback, their franchise quarterback, and he may go in and say, I want more than golf, and they going to give it to him. And I'm saying if they do that, then here comes Dak Prescott going to say, I'm better than both of them. You got to pay me. That's the reason why I said it. And Trevor Lawrence may not be no more than what he is, but he going to get paid like he is. He going to get paid like he the man. That's all I'm saying about him. I'm not even saying have to ask, is he better than Dak? I know Dak Prescott is better than Trevor Lawrence. And whatever Trevor Lawrence get, and what it came from, Coach, was, I think Michael Evans said, it just get the price tag just keep going up, and the Cowboys haven't taken care of Dak yet at all, and they haven't done. They sitting back and waiting while another name goes up and another salary goes up, and it just make Dak Prescott price go back up. Because I guarantee you, if Trevor Lawrence gets more than what Jared Goff just got, oh my God, what do you think Dak Prescott gonna ask for? Just that simple. William says, Lance performance may dictate Dak getting paid. Oh, yeah, it could. Yeah, if he does bad. If Lance plays well and Dak struggles, fans will be screaming for Lance or Rush. Well, we don't know that until week 1, because that's when Dak gonna play. And Dak will be going against the number one defense for most of the league time in the league last year. Cleveland was the number one defense in the league for most of the year. So it's a big difference playing third or fourth stringers and then you playing the number one defense in the league. So, but people, when you don't want them in, you'll chant this name automatically. So it ain't nothing new. Shane says, I'm not a Dak hater, just my opinion. Dak goes to another team and he will struggle, and I will give him 2 years and he will be out of the league. I don't think so. He ain't like that now. Because, see, here's the thing, though. What you keep forgetting, though, is he's had, 3 coordinators? Linehan, Kellen Moore, and McCarthy. He's flourished in all of them. I mean, he's flourished in every coordinator he's had. So I don't. And then if he goes to another team, he will have his choice on what team he's going to. And Dak ain't going to no raggedy team. He's not going to a raggedy team. when you look at the teams that's coming up, he'll get a lot of inquiries if it came down this from other teams. I think I did this before. I named about 12 teams in the future who will be knocking at his doorstep. I just throw one out right now. The New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers, this probably would be his last year. And if Dak is sitting there as a free agent and with the team that's already made there for the Jets, real good young players, Pro Bowl players everywhere, you don't think the Jets will come calling for Dak Prescott? Slide right in. Guess what's going to happen? Won't be no losers. I ain't saying it's going to be no Super Bowl either. But the Jets will be just fine. But look, they'll be blessed. You drop off from Aaron Rodgers to Dak Prescott, the Jets will take that. I just threw out one example. And the Jets would pay him to. That's the truth. Exactly. If Dak Prescott is a free agent, there will be teams that won't even be thinking about drafting the quarterback because they're going to have their eyes. It'll be one team that'll be set on getting Dak Prescott as their quarterback. They won't even be looking to Shedeur Sanders. They won't even be looking to Shedeur. And please don't say, well, the Jets will take Shedeur Sanders over Dak Prescott. I don't think so. The Jets wouldn't be that high to draft anyway. If Aaron Rodgers plays, the Jets are going to win probably 10 plus games. Okay. So that'll automatically take you out of the top 2 or 3 for drafting anyway. So you'll take Dak Prescott. The teams that are going to get a Shedeur Sanders are going to be the worst teams in the league. And that's if they got a quarterback. For instance, I don't know what Kyler Murray is, but I don't think Arizona was there. But let's just say Arizona had a bad year. I don't know what the contract situation is on Kyler Murray because I don't get in the car of the business. But if they was the worst in the league, you think they're going to pick Shedeur Sanders and then let Kyler Murray just walk? I don't think so. Man, you got to start going team by team and find out where your quarterback is at a particular time, and then kind of project. But make no mistake about it, if Dak Prescott is a free agent, he will be the number 1 free agent coming out. He will get picked up on day 1 of free agency. That's something Dallas don't do, of course. He will get paid an absurd amount of money as a free agent. And teams are going to be talking Super Bowl. They will be. You think the Raiders wouldn't take Dak Prescott? Las Vegas, Nevada. And you got a pretty good team that's set up over there. And you got who's their quarterback this year? O'Donnell, whoever his name is. You don't think they wouldn't take Dak Prescott? You don't think coach over there wouldn't take Dak Prescott? Are you kidding me? Shh. I ain't pleased. If Dallas let him walk, he won't be walking too long. Let me put it that way. He will not be. All right. Coach Breedlove said Dak will lead the NFC in quarterback rating again. She led the whole league last year. Then what? I mean, if Dak ain't got to do what he did last year. Dak could just make a Pro Bowl and the number go up. Dak don't even have to make the Pro Bowl. If Dak just throw for over 4,000 yards again, which seems to be the norm, and if he has 30 touchdowns again, and let's just go with, 10, 11 interceptions maybe, somewhere in there, the bag just went up because you're getting a quarterback that's going to put these type numbers up every year. That's not in the draft. That type of quarterback not in the draft. You're going to pay for it. So I just don't get it. Al Logan says we need to get CD to get that bag. Okay. CD is a total different story as far as payment goes. CD and Justin Jefferson are playing who gonna go first. That's all it is. It ain't got nothing to do with the Dallas Cowboys. It ain't got nothing to do with Jerry. It ain't got nothing to do with Steven. It's simply the agents of Justin Jefferson, the Minnesota All-Pro wide receiver, and CD Lamb's agent saying, look, let's just wait it out. Somebody gonna have to get paid first. Somebody gonna have to get paid first. And whoever get paid first, the one coming right behind them is gonna get paid more. So that's all. We're just doing a waiting game with CD. He's waiting on Justin Jefferson, and Justin Jefferson is waiting on CD. Ain't got nothing to do with Jerry and Steven. It don't. Until that happens, CD just playing it out. CD want to be in Dallas. CD don't mind coming. It's just that he know he in the driver's seat. It's like Justin Jefferson believe they in the driver's seat. Exactly. And I'm down to the last one. Bryant says, and I don't think Shedeur Sanders is a franchise quarterback, at least not from what I've seen. Well, when you look at the quarterbacks that's gotten picked in the last God knows how many years, last couple of years, they get paid like they are. They get drafted like they are. Quarterbacks go early in the first round. Usually the real good ones be in the top 3, top 5. Shedeur Sanders will be in the top 5. Yes, I know Keon Coleman. That's why I wanted him, actually. Keon Coleman is CD Lamb's cousin. Yes. Buffalo's wide receiver. Would have been awesome if we had Keon Coleman here. Would pair with CD. Yeah. Who's it? Shane says this. Well, y'all see how y'all done dominated the show. Y'all doing good. Shane says, I don't care where Dak goes, and I don't care how much money he will make. The Cowboys have seen enough. That's why he doesn't have a contract. I don't understand the love for a quarterback that chokes in big games. Dak just can't get it done. Well, the only thing I'm going to say to that, Shane, is as I predicted, a lot of folks going to be upset when I get on this microphone and y'all see the headlines. They say Dak Prescott has got an extension with the Dallas Cowboys. Because y'all gonna be mighty upset. Y'all gonna be upset because y'all gonna have to eat all your words. Because the Cowboys gonna be saying something totally different from what a lot of the fan base is saying. I predicted he's gonna get done before training camp. I said that a long time ago. I believe he's gonna get signed right before training camp. I believe it. And then I guess the narrative will be what a mistake the Cowboys have been. The Cowboys have made. They just don't want to win and all that. That'll be the narrative. But if the Cowboys sign this, just get any extension. What that tells you is that they don't quite agree with the fan base. That's all it says. Or some of the fan base. You say the Cowboys have seen enough. No, I don't think that's the case. I think some of the fan base has seen enough. Cowboys are talking a real good game. At least they put it out there that they want to sign them. They want to get it done and all that type of stuff. But these contracts take time, as they do. Y'all gonna be sick. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of y'all gonna be sick. Y'all gonna be sick. Y'all are. If he gets an extension, I don't care if it's a 2-year extension. Y'all gonna be sick. And yes, his extension's gonna eat up some of the salary cap and all that kind of stuff. But they feel like this dude. And to be honest with you, and I just throw this in. And to be honest with you, see, Dak is such a corporate guy, but Dak ain't no fool either. Okay, I just want to get that straight. I just want to throw this out. This is a conspiracy theory, and let me just throw this out. You see, Dak ain't no fool, and I understand he wants to, play and all that. I get that. But let's just be honest. Dak did have his ankle broke. And he got paid for it anyway. Dak have seen guys get hurt and then their value go down. Dak has seen guys leave. I'm just saying, do y'all think Dak would really be all in like he seemed to be right now if he didn't know something? Now, I'm just speaking as me. See, I didn't like Dak. I didn't like Dak getting in the schedule release video. I didn't like that. Cause you just a good corporate guy. And if I was in his position, I would let them sweat just a little bit. Like, if you call me, sometimes I just ain't gonna answer the phone. Dak, can you come down here? No, I got something scheduled. I ain't gonna be there. I know it's voluntary workouts. Well, I may not have been there. Me and CD might have been throwing in my house instead of me being up there. I would have to make him sweat. Now, Dak is a good corporate guy and all that, but at the same time, I'm still saying that, again, conspiracy theory on my part. Nothing factual, just me thinking. For Dak to be all in the camera face, Dak to be all saying all the good stuff and showing all this great leadership, you don't think that Dak already, like they ain't on a good track already about what this dude finna get paid? Some of you would be just like me. I wouldn't be all in and showing all this team stuff, all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't. But you would do that if you got full confidence in your team handling the business. And I believe that that's exactly why Dak ain't missing the play, doing all the drills, doing all that, making all this camaraderie with the teammates and all that. They know something. Because everybody else will be holding out. He'll be doing what CD is doing. He'll be doing what Michael Parsons did. He just wouldn't show up. Dak is just a good corporate guy, though. So, he always going to say and do the right thing. That's what y'all love about him, his leadership and all that kind of stuff. I would have made him sweat. I want y'all to feel me not there. I want y'all to wonder why I'm not there. Because, see, that's what Zach Martin did. Guess what happened? Jerry got out there talking about what he ain't going to do and all that. Man, please. He knew he couldn't get out there without Zach Martin. Guess what he did? He paid Zach Martin. What's up, Angry Cowboy fan? He paid him. Soon as Zach Martin poked his lip out, they weren't expecting it, but it's just as soon as he poked his lip out, they knew they had to get something done. Dak Prescott been smiling. He ain't never poked his lip out. He ain't never done it. But what if your quarterback poked his lip out? Don't you think that would speed up the negotiations? I think it would. But see, he ain't gonna get sped up long as Dak doing scheduled release videos, long as he's showing up and doing all the stuff in the community, and a lot of the organization is there to help support Dak and all that type of stuff. It ain't gonna get sped up because he ain't never been the type of guy that will cause friction. Zach Martin and they thought he was all-world cowboy guy, Zach Martin. Zach Martin flipped the script on him. Zach Martin flipped the script and poked his lip out and said, wait a minute, I'm the seventh or eighth highest paid guard in the league, and I'm an all-pro every year. I'm the one considered the best, one of the two best guards in this whole league, and y'all got me paid down like this? Oh, no. I ain't coming to training camp. That was Zach Martin did. Jerry get out there and say, well, he's under contract, and he has to, he's under contract, and if he doesn't, he's forfeiting money. He's forfeiting money and all that. That didn't scare Zach Martin. Zach Martin said, I'm going to sit right here. Y'all gonna sweat it out. Team may as well ask. They were asking, the reporters asking about Zach Martin. What do you think Zach Martin? Well, we want him here. We want him here. We need him here. He's one of our guys, and the business will work out. Jerry getting up there talking about what he ain't gonna do. I ain't pleased. Zach Martin proved and kept that lip poked out. Guess what Jerry did? Had a contract waiting for him. But Dak ain't that type. Dak just not. They sped up the negotiation because week one was coming. See, week one was coming, and Zach Martin said, I ain't coming. I ain't gonna be that time. I get my money now. He poked his mouth out. They responded. Dak Prescott smiles and giggles and laughs. Helps crickets across the street and, takes the cats out the trees, kisses everybody and all that. And I'm not knocking him. That's just what he is. He's that. But Lord, if he flipped the script on the Cowboys one good time, the contract would be done by the end of this weekend. If he would just poke his mouth out like Zach Martin did. If he would do it just one time, things will happen. I believe that. All right, I appreciate all you guys hanging with me. Y'all have a good rest of your night. Most of us got to go back to work tomorrow. So we're going to sign off. I will see you guys on Saturday. At 3 p.m. Central Time. We'll talk about some more Cowboy-related material. Appreciate all you guys. You guys worked it tonight. As I said, this was kind of like a appreciation to you guys for hanging with me all this time. You guys were the executive producers of the show tonight. You guys, whatever topic you want to talk about it, we did it. And I appreciate you guys so much. I'm on the Big Time Show Facebook page. I'm gonna hit this like button for you guys. You guys were awesome. I hope you guys will do it. I think I just sent 25 likes just that quick. You guys are smart Cowboy fans. Have a lot of knowledge. And I appreciate you guys spending a little time with me. I hope that you will come back on Saturday at 7 p.m. I've totally neglected hello to everybody on Instagram who hung with me for a minute. Appreciate all you guys that popped in on me over there. Thank you so much for hanging with me. All right, I appreciate you, man. Y'all were outstanding tonight. We might do this again, a little bit of this on Saturday. I ain't opened up the call lines in a while. I'm not going to do it now. But you guys didn't leave me no choice because y'all were talking so well, and I appreciate it. All right, I'm out. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully we'll have some earth-shattering news maybe for the weekend. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Ooh, I had to do about a 5-show series on Dak Prescott if he signs a extension. I'm gonna need about 5 shows to try to get the rest of the Cowboy fans back, because they're gonna be so sick. They're gonna be so sick, man. Ooh-wee. The Cowboy haters. Well, the Dak Prescott Cowboy fans. The Cowboy fans but don't like Dak Prescott. They're gonna need about 5 shows to recuperate. It's gonna be incredible. It really is. It's gonna be incredible. It really is. They're gonna be sick, man. Angry Cowboy fan, I might need your help on that night. I may need your help on a couple of them shows, because we're gonna have to have a real rehab. They're gonna come on my show cussing, and they're gonna be mad. Oh my God. Y'all might as well get ready, because I got a feeling it's gonna happen. All right. Until Saturday at 3, unless something great happens, I'll come on again. But if not, I'll see you guys Saturday night, Saturday at 3 p.m. We'll do it again. Tune in next time for the one and the only. This has been the Big Time Show.